it's time for me to give my thoughts on Death Stranding 2 on the beach. So, this game obviously being a sequel to the original that came out in 2019, a game that is very, very love or hate, if I'm honest. I feel like not everybody is going to like this game or appreciate this game or truly understand what this game's trying to do. And it does have some very interesting Kojima-ness to it. This game is just filled with Kojima-ness. It's apparent, like I mean, you just know this is one of his projects, and it is truly one of the more unique games you'll ever see. I really don't think you're gonna play a series like this ever. It's one of those games that that comes up like once in a blue moon, and there's only a select few of people who could have this kind of vision or creativity when it comes to a game. In terms of what this game really stands for, it is literally just like phenomenal writing and phenomenal like world building. I can't really stress it. Like I said, I'm the kind of guy who gets frustrated with tedious type of things, and this game's story and characters and plot and everything about that is so strong, just like the original game, that it is worth the odd direction of the primary gameplay. While the main game, including the first game, have a similar essence, this game takes the tediousness and frustration of the delivering and all the things that make it frustrating and just makes it way more polished and I don't want to say tolerable, because it does eventually get quite fun. At the beginning, obviously the gameplay is still like, oh man, this is still a primary part of the game, but it's just so weird. It's such a bizarre direction. It makes sense though. It's weird. It's one of those things that it makes sense for whatever you're trying to do here. Whatever, like, even though the story is like so like contrasting between what the gameplay is, it does make sense. And obviously things kind of come around in a runabout way once you like actually finish the game. It all makes sense. Like, okay, that makes sense why we're here, why the delivery system is so vital. And it doesn't actually seem like it's out of place once you finish the game. It's like, okay, that makes so much sense now. You know what I mean? So despite the game having some weird, obviously some weird moments, like I'd say one of the noticeable things is, two of the things I'd say in particular that were frustrating to deal with at times was obviously there's a lot of delay in animation. So sometimes when you say got hit by an enemy and you're waiting for Sam to get up again, you literally can't do anything until you get going. So the whole aspect of delivering, if you're trying to fight a boss, it's like, it's almost negligible. It's like, man, why do I have all this weight on me? I understand. Again, that's the part that is kind of a disconnect, because you're like, I'm just getting knocked around every 5 seconds and I still have to shoot this boss, but he might come back with a cheap shot. So you'll have that. And obviously the movement of the vehicles, it didn't really improve that much from the first game. I remember the first game having a very similar movement feel when you're in a vehicle. It feels like it bounces around a lot. There are moments where it just spins its wheels. Like I got caught on a rock today and I couldn't get off, even though there was a jump mechanic to help me get rid of it. There was just tons of stuff that like just made the driving really, really irritating. But other than that, man, I think everything is just makes sense, and it's worth the price of admission. You know what I mean? Like I said, the story alone, the character development, everything about it, and obviously the way the game has now ended, it just is like boom. It's like glass shattering. It all made sense. Like why does he have this giant, such a strong bond with Lou, and how it's bringing you over here, over there. And while it's super out there and it's very like, what the hell, like, there's elements that are like, that is so bizarre. It's super creative, and like I said, you're not gonna find a story or just a game like this anywhere else. Yes, this type of gameplay, it has been done before, but it's just not in this manner. Like the context is very different, and obviously they improved on a lot of things. Like there was, the combat got better. There was more variety with that. You didn't just feel like a strong story with like this weird gameplay style tacked on. It felt like it was more merged in this game compared to the first one. And like I said, the first game in the series I was very impressed with. I just didn't really like the whole delivery mechanic. I thought a lot of it was unnecessary, but this one, it really fixed all the issues that were in the first game and added to it. Obviously, some of the issues were still there, like I said, but it's very minimal now, and it just seems to be they go hand in hand now, instead of being like the story is the one like dragging the gameplay along. It's like the story is the reason the gameplay is still existing. But this one, they're more on the same playing field. The gameplay and the story are pretty even in terms of what they need to do. So, but like I said, the strongest elements of this game is the writing, the storyline, the characters, the music. It's all quite the experience, and it is insane. It is an amazing experience. Like I said, you might play this game and think it's absolute garbage, and I feel like a lot of people might find it extremely boring, and I can totally see why. There's elements of it that just aren't going to cater to everybody, but you have to understand if you truly understand what's going on and you do like a strong story, you're very story oriented, I really feel like the gameplay itself with this game in particular, usually I won't say this, but with this game, it doesn't really matter how the gameplay is. Like, you could absolutely hate that kind of like style, like delivery. They did give you the option though. Obviously, you don't have to hoof it everywhere. You know, they give you more options for driving to make it a little bit easier. Obviously, the shared resources is nice, and it's just something you got to keep it like in the back of your mind that you're gonna have to you know, do simultaneously. But like I said, obviously I know it's not for everybody, and I know that's going to be an issue for some. But overall, like I said, yes, exactly. That's one thing to put. The storyline was explained a lot more. We got a lot more backstory. Will there be a third Death Stranding? It's very possible. I don't really know. But for now, I'd say we are left satisfied with the knowledge that we were kind of left out on in the first game. Like, there was a definitive ending to the first game, but there's a lot of unanswered questions, and I feel like a lot of those questions, if not all of them, have been answered. So I'm curious to see if they'll do a Death Stranding 3 featuring Lou. I think that'd be really, really cool. And I would definitely be down for it. So, like I said, guys, beautiful experience, visually, audibly. Gameplay has been improved. I feel like all those elements I mentioned are so strong that the shortcomings are pretty negligible. And I highly recommend this game if you can like try and get past it. If you're not sure on the gameplay, try your best to get past it. Otherwise, maybe wait for a sale on it. But I think it's something you guys got to experience. For story purposes, though, you very much have to play the first game to properly understand any of it, because it is very complex. So just keep that in mind before you do play it. But regardless, despite all its whatever those shortcomings that it does have, comparing it to the vast, you know, upsides, if you will, this game for me is going to get a 9 out of 10. It is probably one of the strongest games I've played this year. And like I said, man, I wasn't sure going into this game if I was actually going to be into it or not. Like, because I remember having this weird confliction with like the original game. Like I said, I was like, I remember it being super good. Like, I remember loving the story. I remember that was being like my favorite part of the game. Was like, it was just so well done there. It's very quirky, and it had these weird things that made like, what is this game really like? How is this like? I was struggling to remember why I liked it, but playing this, it reminded me all about it. So yes, there is a ton of, easily a 50-hour game, definitely. There's still a lot, like, and the fact that they let you come back to these things, unlike in the first game, where once you're in an area and you finish the game, you finish the game. You had to do it all as you were in that linear area, instead of having this one big open world. It was more like point A to point B, like linear. You can't come back, so do as many of those side options or side missions as you can, you know, to help you in the later game. But you have to basically start from scratch. This one lets you just explore the open world and do all of the side missions if you want. So I think that's awesome and brilliant. So like I said, opens a lot more doors and makes things a lot more enjoyable, and you'll have a lot of game at your hands once you do. It's good value for money is what I'm saying. All right, so 9 out of 10 for me. That's gonna be it. Obviously, we had a massive series. I thought this game was gonna go on a little bit. Well, honestly, I didn't know what to expect. Some episodes were super short, some were really long, so it was hard to say how long it was going to be, but I'd have to tally how long it took me. I don't think it took me 30 hours because I was focusing on main story, but if I was doing a bunch of side content, man, you could definitely like add 20 to 30 hours on top of whatever I did. So lots of game here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts below, of course. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and turn on those post notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss anything I put out here on the channel. Be sure to follow my social pages. Got a Facebook, X, Instagram, Snapchat, and Discord. Those are linked in the description. If you guys want to get yourself a shirt or hoodie of mine, there's a link in the description for that. Also, an embedded feature right below the video and stream that'll show you a preview of some of the items you can get. But ultimately, just go to the website for the full range of products and customization options there. Big shout out to the sponsors: CX Racer, Bones Coffee, The Ridge Wallet, Mad Rabbit Tattoo. I use their products every single day, and you can check them out for yourselves with the links in the description. Be sure to use my promo code, DanQA 8000 to save a checkout with them. If you guys want to send something to my P.O. box, there is a address for that in the description. You can send something to me there, and I will open it on a social post or a live stream, whatever makes more sense for the time. And finally, guys, be sure to check out and sign up for the Team 8000 membership program. If you haven't done so yet, it does support the page immensely. There's 4 tiers, 4 price points, with the entry level starting at just 99 cents. It's the cheapest and easiest way to get into the program. However, for signing up across various tiers, you'll get things like custom badges by your name, custom emojis used in chat, exclusive video stream access, priority in open lobbies, giveaways, discounts, and plenty more. We're working our way back up towards 300 members. I'd love to hit that number again. If you guys want to help us reach that goal, support the channel in the process, and of course, get some cool perks while you're doing it. You can check that out with the link in the description. There's a join button below the stream /video, also on my main channel page as well. If you guys want to gift members or send super chats, you can do both of those through that $ icon right next to chat. Give it a click. You'll be able to gift anywhere from 1 to 50 members in a single transaction if you're doing that. But keep in mind, you can gift as many as you want through multiple transactions, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we catch you later on for some plenty more gameplay and streams and the lot to come, all right? Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.
Who's the man with the plan? If you feel trouble wildin' wild on these violent and hit you 8,000. Wait a minute, hold that style is dialed in. Goddamn Billy Jack, we still riding tires flat. I hear them sirens, see shots flying, so we driving fire back. If they ain't vibing, lie with that. Got me dressed up in all black. What up? Hood up, and I see them haters try to run with us. They don't need inhalers. Gotta breathe them hard just like Darth Vader. Players, grab your respirators. Night invaders get lightsabered. Mask on for the shooters. Move like trash to bed intruder. Got that Glock and got them woofers. Just press play, I'll keep it moving. Who is not? Still you damn fools. Keep it fresh like canned food. There ain't nothing we can't do, so tune into that damn kill. Yeah. It was never, ever a game.